What's up, guys? This is Dr. McFarland. I want to do a quick rig review of a recent rig that I downloaded from Peter Workman. He's a fellow Headrusher. He's either Australian or New Zealand. I can't remember, but he's got a cool accent, great hair, and he's just an all-around great guy. I've talked with him over the phone a few times, and just really cool. So he came out with a Go Big or Go Home Headrush rig that you can download from his channel. There's I think a Google Drive link in the description. You can check that out. I'll be sure to send a link to his video in this description when I'm done live streaming, so you can check that out. But the whole, I guess, gist of this rig is he's doing 2 amps for the cleans, the dirty, and then he switches to, I think, a ecstasy and a mezzo boogie for the lead type stuff. So this is a tread plate modern. You can see he's got the gain up pretty high there. Then here's a Wagner red, the gain up pretty high. Then for the clean, he's got clean and filthy, he's got clean and dirty, he's got a Wagner blue. And then a JCM 800 100 watt. And there's his settings for that. So I am using the Mevo once again to live stream. And it looks pretty good. You know, not as clean as what I'd like it to be, but it's looking good. So there is a gray comp in here that's really not in any of the scenes. So I guess you can kick that on if you feel like you want a compressor. And then he's got 2 different delays. And I actually added a 2 times the cab. He originally just had a single cab in there. Like if I just got rid of the 2 times, there's just the single cab that he had. But you can 2 times the cab. And then if you want to change the microphones or something, you can do that. So there's really no difference in his dirty and clean sounds other than the graphic EQ comes on. And he is cutting some lows and some low mids, boosting a little bit of high mid or mid range. Then he's actually cutting the gain by 15 dB. So it's really no different than using a volume pedal and just, lowering the hill a little bit. So you're reducing volume to the front end of the amp, and therefore it cleans up. So if you go to dirty, you can see the graphic EQ is off, and then clean graphic EQ is back on. So here's some sounds with my bridge pickup on my Reverend GPS Strat. I'm sorry, I just yawned. I didn't know I was going to do that. So there are a few people watching, so tell me your name, where you're from, and if you have any questions about this rig. Let me check the comments here. So we have a question on, should we do a 2 times or 2X amp setup versus just a single? Well, I have a sneaking suspicion that the 2 times thing may not be in phase. And the only reason why I think that is I did record some guitars for a song last year sometime, not too long ago, maybe 4 or 5 months ago, that when I recorded the parts and then I put it in mono, the guitar parts seemed to kind of disappear in the mix. So that made me think that maybe the 2 times is not phase aligned. And if you've ever tried to play with 2 amps at once, then you know that if the speakers aren't pushing and pulling at the same time, you're going to get a phase difference, and it could sound thin. So I don't think the rigs sound thin at all, but I was asking a question in the forum if there's an option to maybe add a phase invert parameter on the rigs. So that way, if we want to flip the phase, we can check and see if the amps are in phase or the cabs are in phase or whatever. So, but I do think there's some merit in combining different tones. So obviously we have a Bogner and we have a Marshall, right? So those frequency ranges are going to overlap, maybe in different areas. They're going to fill in the sound that one amp can't give you. So I would just say try it out on your own. If you like the sound, then great. If you like single amps, that's perfectly fine as well. We do have a stereo rig right here, and we can change the rig width. So if we bring the rig width down, that basically makes it mono. This is what it sounds like. Let's go to global settings. Everything's set to rig. So I'm not using an alt output or alt output method. So I feel like I need to have my other speaker out here to test some things, but I don't. So I'll do a whole separate video because I have a tube amp over here, the Supro, and I want to do some stereo rig with amps kind of videos. So that's why I got that, and also I'm playing through my Quilter Tone Block 202 through a Block Dock 12 HD. So I'm have that in FR mode. So that's currently my FR speaker setup. Is the combo amp set to FR mode. So once again, here's clean. And here's dirty. You can see a little bit of air verb is pushed before the amp. So I think that makes it a little dirtier sounding, which is cool. All right, here's filthy. I just had an idea. How about I just plug in my headphones to the Headrush, so that way you're going to be hearing the block dock, but I'm going to be hearing some headphone action here. So let me plug in my headphones right here. And what's cool, which is why I like the pedal board over the gig board sometimes, is this does have a separate phones level over here. So check that out. right, so the headphones are giving me definitely a bigger, wider sound than what just a mono speaker cab can give you. So if you have the opportunity to play with like either two FR speakers or maybe two amplifiers, then that might be the best way to get the full idea of what a 2X amp and cab can give you. Okay, especially if you're playing through like an interface, using two of the inputs on an interface and listening through studio monitors. That's also going to give you a good idea of what this setup can sound like. So, hey Sean and Randy, and we have a Zizik Kopa from Poland. What's up from Poland? That's pretty cool. And we have Francis from Montreal once again. So thanks guys for chiming in here. I was supposed to get my new interface yesterday, but it is snowing profusely here in Tennessee. So all the FedEx and UPS, and we hadn't gotten the mail in a few days, which is probably just junk mail anyway. But yeah, no trucks are running, so I haven't got my interface yet, and it's snowing even harder right now, and probably on into the night. So we're gonna get some more delays on the mail, and I'll just be patient. Dumble style amp. I've never played the Dumble style amp, Sean, so I really don't even know the first thing to start with or how to do something like that. I don't think it really even matters. To me, Dumble is probably like a clean sound with just a little bit of hair on it, and I think you can probably figure that out. So if you make one, let me know. Actually, you do this. You make a Dumble style rig and then send it to me, and I'll review it here on the channel. How about that? Okay? Because when I'm recording or playing a part, no one's going to really care. No one's going to say, hey, that part sounds like you played through a Dumble. It's like nobody even knows what that is. So just pick a tone that's right for the song and just go with that. That's the best thing I can say for that. So I'm going to keep listening through headphones here. But anyway, the whole interface fiasco, that is going to allow me to get a better live stream audio setup. And I can do stereo in that kind of setup. So that's coming back very soon. I just have to wait patiently till the FedEx guy can make it to my house safely. All right. Let me put my headphones back on. Ooh, harmonizer. I like the off axis of the 414. It's definitely smoother sounding because the on axis just is a little too bright for my ears, especially with the headphones. And I'm imagining what it would sound like with like an in-ear monitor in my ears. So but it does sound good. Okay, I see how it is, Greg. I asked you for stereo IRs for my pack, and then you don't give it to me. But now you figured it out, so it just means we're gonna have to redo the whole thing. I'm sorry. It's just I'm kidding. It's not gonna happen. I love my pack. My pack is great. Alright, so that's just with one, that's with both delays. So let's turn the quarter note delay off. And the long delay is set to just 80 milliseconds. So it's not really meant to be in time. It's just there to kind of add an ambience to everything you play. Alright, we can still tap in our tempo and then turn on the quarter note delay. I was reading a lot of reviews on Sweetwater on the Headrush pedal board, just seeing what other people are saying. And people really love the Headrush. I mean, regardless of what you see, a few people on the forums and Facebook groups dogging the Headrush, people really do love this thing. I mean, it sounds so smooth. It sounds great in the ears. Sounds great when you're recording. And I mean, I do have an HX Stomp over here that I think does sound really good. But there's just something to the Headrush that is very organic sounding. It's very smooth. And I like that. Which is why I keep using it every single day. So there you go. Sorry, I keep yawning. We had a fun day in the snow. We found there's a park. We didn't find it. We've known about it. But there's a park just right up our road that has a huge hill. So we took my grandmother's probably 100-year-old sled, maybe 80-year-old. I mean, it's old because they're like 90-something now. So it's got to be 100 years old because who knows when it was made, but it was given to my grandmother when she was a kid. So we went out, took it on the hill and used it, and the kids had fun. Me and my wife had a blast, and there's two other kids there hanging out, doing some sledding. So we all just kind of had fun together and had fun in the snow. So hopefully wherever you're at, if it's, hopefully everyone has power. Everyone is staying safe and warm. And if the kids are in bed, hope you're playing lots of guitar or doing other things with your missus. So whatever that one might be. I don't know what you would be doing, right? But who knows? All right, let's turn on some spring reverb, which is coming in after the amp. And this is a longer spring. The tone is up pretty high. Okay, so it's just kind of adding a little bit of high-end sparkle there. sure my charger's plugged in so my phone won't die here. So once I get a slightly better, I mean, I do like the Mevo for some things, but the screen is looking pretty good. I think I just need to update my, make sure the audio side is working good, and I can start doing a lot more Headrush rig reviews. There's all those artist packs I've downloaded from the Headrush website that I need to still do. A lot of Greg Barth, Sonic DNA packs that I need to review. And I do want to start a series to go through all the stock presets that come on the Headrush. Just so we can learn more about sounds and developing our ears and whatnot. So that is coming very soon. Just be patient. And I am updating my Headrush tone sculpting course on my website. I have to do the expression pedal section. And then once this new update comes out, which it is coming, folks, just be patient, I'll be adding videos for that as well. So yeah, there we go. I'll keep playing a little bit more, and then I'll go to bed. So here we go. Randy, the only we got like 2 feet of snow yesterday. School was closed, snow day. Stock rigs, yeah. Can effects be in parallel? Well, if you have this thing, you can have, that's the only way for effects to be in parallel. Or you can have it like this. To my knowledge, that's the only way to do it right now. So, here's the compressor on. Which is clamping down on the signal pretty well. Alright, I think it's great. It's a nice big sound. The only thing I would say is if you download anything from anybody, you know, Peter in his video is using a PV guitar with some kind of like vintage style pickups. So he has really low output pickups, which I would think my Strat right here has fairly low pickups. Not low in position, but like low in volume. But if you feel like you're getting too much gain for, you know, what you're wanting, then just go in, you know, like he has his gain set to 81. Like maybe if you want to bring it down to like 60 or something, then, you know, you can download a rig and then tailor it to your personal needs. So don't feel like you have to keep it exactly as it is. Because what I would do, I would say like save new rig, go B, go H, 2. All right, so now we're going to do a variation on what he's done. So let's just bring down the gain a little bit. Okay, let's go there. Preamp, down. Let's bring this one down. Let's bring that one down. And now we're going to save it, and let's check it out now, okay? So here's my clean. What's up, Aaron Short? Oh, shoot, sorry. So that's a little bit of a cleaner tone, and I think that fits better for what I was wanting to hear. So let's go over to the dirty sound now. Alright, and also, let's take out the gray comp. And real fast, we'll put in a green GRC. Drive down, level all the way up. And this is what I'll use to boost a lead tone. So yep, Greg has given a good suggestion here. So let's go ahead and turn the threshold down a little bit more, and we'll turn down the input gain. Let's do like 3 dB. So essentially that's going to take a really hot pickup, and it's just going to not hit the front end of the amp as hard. Go back, bring it back up. Yeah. All kinds of options here. go, guys. There you go. That's my Headrush. And it sounds great. Aaron, there is an update in beta 3 right now. Greg is filling you in there. So once all the bugs and things get worked out, that will be released. And everyone will be happy for about 5 minutes until they want more features. So, but yeah, obviously you can see already that just with this is pretty much all stock, nothing brand new. Just your basic graphic EQ, some reverb, some delays, using different amp variations in conjunction with each other to stack tones. There's really endless supply of sounds that you can get with the Headrush. So thanks guys for watching. Be careful out there. And in the meantime, I'm Dr. McFarland. I will see you in the next video. Keep rocking.